Hey everybody, last week we were experimenting with our 2000 watt generator. I was showing you the math on how to get yourself sized up for a generator, and we're going to step it up a notch here this week. We're going to go with the Champion 3100, and we're going to load it up, and we're just going to see how many things we can plug in until we can't plug in anymore. Okay, so stick around and let's have some fun. So one thing to note about generators when you're going shopping around, you'll always see this wattage on here, and that is not a running watts number. That is a spike or a surge watt, where it can't actually run at 3100 watts. Whenever you're going shopping, make sure that you check out the plate on the back and look for the specifics, because on this one here it says gasoline watts 2800 watts. Okay, so they rob you 300 watts, and that 300 watts, like that can make a big difference, you know, especially, you know, if you had bought it and planned to run a certain appliance with it or whatnot. 300 watts is basically your fridge running, right? So whether you're going to get your fridge plugged in or not, on top of whatever else that you're going to be running, 300 watts is a big difference. So make sure you're checking the nameplates and that you're you know, really paying attention, because some of the things it's a little misleading, right? So you want to make sure that you're not getting fooled that way. So you remember from last week when we wrote down what our wattages were going to be on our calculations here. So we're going to try and get up to that 3100 watts and see what happens at 3100 watts. And maybe like the other one, it's just not going to quite hold right there. Maybe that 2800 is the limit. So let's mathematically try and figure out if we can get that to do exactly that. So we're going to push that generator hard again, so we're just going to let it warm up a little bit here, and then we'll kind of gradually get our wattages up little by little. I just want to stress again the importance of running your equipment in a well ventilated area. Don't put it in the garage running it thinking, you know, somebody's going to steal it or whatever. If that's what you're worried about, then make sure that you get yourself a cable or a chain or something like that, you know, tie it up to a tree or whatever you have available, tie it up to your car. You know, use the pin in your truck to attach it to there or something, but don't run your generator indoors, especially if your garage is like mine, where the garage itself is built into the house, because you know you're going to get fumes seeping through there. It's going to get in the ventilation system. If you're powering your furnace, you're going to end up sucking in that carbon monoxide. It's just not going to end well. So make sure that you're thinking safety conscientiously all the time when using these things. Another thing is, you know, check your fuel periodically, check the oil level if you're using it for days on end. You know, these things usually don't burn oil, but you know, on mine I got over 30 hours on this particular generator. I'd never had to add a drop of oil. So but you know, if you're dealing with hurricanes or just you know, major power outages where your generator is going to be running for days on end, make sure you shut it off, fuel it up, and just check the oil level once in a while. It only takes a minute, and it's going to save you a lot of grief, and it's just going to keep it going for you. Most of the modern day generators, like these inverter types, they've all got oil shutoffs as well. So even if the oil gets dangerously low, if that switch is working properly, it should actually shut it off. Now, another troubleshooting tip, right? Let's say everything's going good, but the engine actually just shuts off. You still have fuel in it, everything seems okay. Check the oil levels, probably your biggest culprit, and it's going to get you back into the power again. So something to look at, okay? All right, so we're all loaded up here, and we are going to get this baby going now that we're all warmed up. I'm going to go right to the heater here, the biggest power consumer that I have. Okay, so this is what the motor's going to sound like when we go to 750 watts. And again, this is in eco mode, so it's going to ramp up as required. Okay, so not a big change, but a little bit of a change. And let's go to 1500. Okay, so she's ramped up a bit. Now theoretically that is slightly over half of its capacity. So these little heaters, they require quite a bit of electricity. It's actually, what did we say? It's probably like running 4 furnace motors for your home. Okay, so let's go to the coffee maker. That's going to be another 900 watts. And that should get us up to 25. It's going to be pretty up there. This is working. Now, if you didn't join us last week, we went through all of the mathematical plates that are found on all of your appliances to find out how many watts each one uses. I've added a couple more here so that you can just use for reference. You know, your fridge and freezer, somewhere around 300 watts. Your furnace motor, 560. This is like a typical furnace motor. I get it, there's bigger ones and smaller ones and whatnot. This is 3/4 horse, and a half horse would be around 373 watts. This is for a 3/4 horse. And so again, when sizing your generator, it's strictly math. It's all a mathematical equation and just adding up the numbers to see what your needs are. Okay, so pretty confident here that the 1500 watts to 900 watts for a total of what, about 2400 watts is what we're using. What I'm going to do here is let's shut off the coffee maker, and we're going to add the kettle. The kettle's going to give us 1500 for a total of 3000 watts. Oh, she's struggling. She's struggling. I'm going to shut that off. I'm going to show you a little trick here. Let's take it off economy mode. So the motor's ramped all the way up, and let's try it again. Okay, so it was actually able to pick it up. It's working hard. Right, good thing to know if you're having issues getting your generator to move the load, just to I think I tripped the breaker here. Let's take a look. Yeah, breaker's tripped. So I'm gonna reset my breaker here. Might have to shut it off. Little trick if you want to start it up a little bit easier, just pull the choke and it gives it a little bit more fuel to start on the next one. Okay, that's reset. That fault there. Let's try. Okay, so we got power here again. I'll go into the 30 amp fuse. Oh, yeah. It's actually my power bar that tripped out. That's funny. So we exceeded the limits of the power bar. Okay, let's plug in another one. So stick around to the end of this video. I'm going to have a really cool, quick tip for you on how to get some power inside of your house, even if you don't have a power generator. Something real simple and easy, and anybody can use. Okay, so we didn't actually exceed the capacity of the generator yet. I overloaded the surge bar because I had way too much stuff plugged into it. Okay, so we're going to keep just 2 appliances plugged in there, 1 appliance plugged in here. We're going to try it again. So let's see what's on here. My fan is on. You can see if I... Okay, so here's 1500 plus 900. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to go to the kettle here. So let's go to the kettle and get that going again. So 100. We should be operating at pretty much the limit of the generator. 15 and 15 is 3,000 watts. The tag in the back said it was good for 2,800 watts. Kettle's still on. It's starting to boil. Okay, so we're going to put another couple hundred watts on this thing. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to dial this down. So we're taking 750 watts here, 1500 watts here. And we're going to add another 9 back on. So what do we got now? 900. Let's get the calculator going. Got 900 plus 750 plus 1500. 3,150 watts. This is going to kick off here in a second because my water's boiled. This is still moving. This is still moving. I'm going to turn this up and overload it. That's it. I couldn't handle it. So I think this time here I actually overloaded the breaker. You can see the fault right here. Reset the fault. I may need to actually, oh, there we go. Okay, so it's reset. So we exceeded the limit by putting that extra 750 watts on there. But it was actually maintaining 3,150 watts, so pretty impressive. Okay, so that generator can do what it says it can do on the front panel. We boiled water, 2 different things, and had our fan on 750 watts, which is really good actually. Okay, not everybody's got a power generator, but lots of guys, you all have tools in the garage, and you got batteries, right? So you know, DeWalt, whether it's Milwaukee or Ryobi or whatever the heck it is, they sell some whatever it is, they sell some inverters for your battery packs, right? And I'm going to show you real quick what you can run on one of these. It's pretty amazing, actually. So if I this is something here I got on Amazon. It's got a light here as well, and it's got a 120 connection here with a couple USBs, and I found that I can charge my phone a lot of times, probably at least 6-8 times from dead flat with charge on one battery. So that's definitely worthwhile knowing. And I can plug it in here, and I'm going to show you how strong that is, because this thing here is actually rated for 200 watts. And now that we know all these things about wattage, right? Remember that 50,000 BTU shop heater that I got? We're going to power that off of this, and you're going to see it. Okay, so just so to show you that there's nothing else plugged in here, we're going to plug that right into there. There we go. And if you prefer, there's even some like this, about the same wattage, but auto battery switching, and again, you know, USB charging, lights, and all equipped for any type of plug that you can throw at it. Okay, that's going to wrap it up here for this week's episode of the 3500 watt generator. A few little safety tips and whatnot. Join me back here next week, and we're going to talk about diesel generator, small diesel generator in particular, and we're going to learn about some of the advantages of that. Hope to see you there. Click like and subscribe.